What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Sacred Iron Podcast. I'm your host, Max Hess, or Hess Aesthetics, whichever one you refer to me as. Either one works for me. I don't really care. Whatever helps best to remember me, honestly. I just got done finishing Sunday Reflection as well, and I like to do that because it's a good way for me to then hop onto the Sunday podcast, which I'm doing every 2 weeks as of right now for you guys. And today, we're going to talk about how becoming a high-value man really isn't as crazy as everybody thinks nowadays from a success standpoint, financial standpoint, or just overall well-being. Because materialistic things and like wealth isn't everything. I mean, sure, it's a factor in your life, but it's not everything, right? And we have no sponsorships today, except we got, again, another energy drink. We got Ghost Sour Apple. I really like sour things, honestly. It's amazing to me. Like, I just love the sour taste. And then we got our Transparent Labs bottle. My buddy Kyle gave it to me. Good man. Kyle Cummings Fitness. Shoot him a follow on Instagram if you have him. And YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube as well. Kyle Cummings Fitness. Anyway, guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and taking the time. I said I love doing these podcasts as of right now. And I'm sure I will continue to love them anyway. No guests today as well. Just me talking to you guys again. Room to us, doing our thing, right? And I'm super excited to talk to you guys about this topic today because this one really means a lot to me. It's something for society I feel like to understand is really tough. And basically I'll just get right into it with that topic. Today's topic is why becoming successful and becoming an overall high value man isn't as hard as people think it is. And a lot of the problem with that is social media. So you're probably thinking also, well, Max, you do social media right now as one of your hobbies and one of the things you're trying to create into part of your career. And the answer to your question is no, you are correct. But I'm really trying to turn it into like a positive flow, like a positive incline, not so much like, being fake and like I'm authentic, man. Like, this is me. Like I can do this stuff all day. Like I just want to be me, and I want to become a high value man and continue to become a high value man and just increase my value to society and just make a difference. Like that's me. Like that's what I want. And social media again is really the problem to an extent though, because people kind of use it in a sense to kind of either like show off or not really the best things. And it's kind of sad, but like it is what it is. Not everybody's perfect. I wish those people the best sometimes, and I hope sometimes people can see like there's more to life than that, but it is what it is. Also, Instagram knows that you're looking at these Ferraris, these Lambos, flying to Dubai, like doing all these things, and it's like, guys, like that's like the 1%, like the 1% of people. Social media is giving you like this perception of reality that it's like that's normal, like that's what most people should be doing, or not most people, but like that's what if you become, you're not successful unless you're doing this. That's what it is. And like, to be honest, guys, that's not the truth. Like, to be successful nowadays, like, again, go to the gym, have a great mindset, respect women, continue to work on your craft, have like a side hustle you're working on, or, for example, if you're a gamer, like go stream. Like if you have a personality and you want to make some money, show people some entertainment, like go stream, like go show them like, hey, like, guys, come play this video game with me, like, have the face cam. Like, guys, it doesn't matter. Like if you're passionate about that and you want to try doing something like that with like Twitch or Kick or whatever it is, like go do it. It's, the world's your oyster, honestly. Like it's such a funny phrase, but like that really is what it is. And it's scary, man, because like you could really, become financially free off anything. You could change people's lives in some other way. Like, how do you know, like if you're streaming and, it's something as simple as like this kid just comes and joins your stream and like you change his life. Like he really just looks forward like to that part of the day where he's enjoying your stream. Sorry guys, we have a special guest actually. My sister's cat. I just let her do her thing, just roam around. Anyway, but what I was saying is if that kid joins your stream and he's like loving it and he enjoys your personality, like even if you interact with him or like whatever, like man, like that could just like change somebody's life. And like, doesn't that make you like excited? And for me, like the whole the fitness influencing, like I love it so much. Like it's actually such an opportunity to help change somebody's life and be able to sit there and be like, man, like they actually like, went to the gym like because I motivated them, or man, they started like talking to God more and praying because of me. I'm just me. I'm just Max Hess. Like that's just who I am. Like I'm just out here trying to put myself out there and do the right things, and you know, again, become like the best version of me. And sorry. And just trying to become the best version of me. And on top of that, you know, you never know if that kid could all of a sudden be like, hey, like, you know, maybe I should start doing this, or maybe this motivated me to go do something with my life that could help be like a positive impact on people. You know, for example, for me, I'm an online fitness coach as well. I help change people's lives with fitness and help them change their, you know, their physiques, their mindset. I'm very key on mindset, because if you don't change the mindset and you change the physique, the physique is not gonna last, while the mindset is still gonna be, you know, a little bit unclear. Can't have that, you know, it's not sustainable that way. So whole point with that being is, hey guys, like, just do your thing. Like, do what makes you happy, chase your dreams. Like, fuck what people say, man. Like, excuse my language, but like you could literally do anything nowadays, and just do the right things, as I was saying, with fitness, great mindset, respecting women, all that stuff. Like, guys, it all just like builds towards something. And like, even though, you know, maybe some people say like, oh, it seems so simple, like if you just do that, because like that'd be pretty simple to do. It's like, it's not so simple to do, actually. That's why most people can't do it. That's why 90% of the population can't do it. You know, you got kids that are at home just playing video games all day, just sitting in their basement, like not doing anything with it. They're just utilizing it as a distraction, not like as a passion. That's the difference. You have one guy who's trying to stream, you know, create something of it, you know, maybe make it interesting for people. Like, you know, he's helping people at the same time, and himself, because he's chasing a passion. But then you have the kid who just, you know, goes in his basement, you know, lives off his parents, like does the thing, and just sits there and like just does it every single day. Doesn't really work too much. And it's like, guys, you guys don't understand. Like, there are so many people that actually do that, and you'd be surprised. Parenting's different nowadays. Kids are different nowadays. A lot of that's because of social media again, and just like absorbing all this like instant gratification, and like, you know, it's tough. Like, we see it every day, and we see it on social media every day. And you know, we have the kids on, like, you know, social media, especially like Instagram, you know, that are doing you know, videos and super like, oh bro, like you're so cocky. Like, I'm not saying for me, I'm saying like for this other kid. Like, let's say he's like flexing and like trying to look good. It's like, man, at least like let him do his thing, right? Like, he's trying to be confident. Like, sure, if he's being like a little bit arrogant, like maybe say something, but like don't like tear him down. Just be like, hey man, like love your progress, like love your work, but you know, just be humble. Like, being humble at the end of the day is what makes somebody, you know, really have another factor to help fixate this mindset of theirs, right? And again, that's another thing that people aren't nowadays. Like, everybody likes to like try to brag about themselves, like make themselves appear so well on social media. And it's like, guys, like dumb that down. Like, just really sit there and like dumb it down. If you could be anything, like as a man, like what would you want to be? Again, I'd want to be a fit man. I want to be a financially free man. I'd want to be a respectful man. I want to be a humble man. Like, just these various factors about myself and traits is something that's just so key to becoming successful in life, because I know God will put things in my path to then show me, like, look, Max, you've done the part that you're supposed to do. Now here, let me do my thing. Let me help you with this. Let me show you the path. Let me give you that, like, that vision for you. And, you know, like amen. Like, it's just one of those things I've started to see. And I noticed, like, right when I started taking that step for myself of being the successful man that I truly want to be, and not comparing myself to, like, you know, this upper echelon of 1% of social media and like 1% of people. And it's made my life so much simpler and so much more like worth it. Like, worth it in a sense of like, I'm actually pushing towards something I'm actually like really enjoying, and I really like. And yeah, guys, I mean, that's just like really the whole point with that is if you're not chasing something you really want to do because you're so fixated on, oh, I'm not going to have this Ferrari in Dubai, or be able to go to Bora Bora every single week, and, you know, have like tens and 20s of women around me. It's like, who cares, bro? Like, just do your thing. Like, if you really want that, sure, maybe it'll be destined for you one day. If that's what you really want, like, you know, fair enough to you, whatever. But like, there's so much more to life. Life truly is beautiful, and that's what I had to understand. You know, I'm sitting here sometimes saying like, man, like I'd love to be a millionaire by like, you know, 28, 25. Like, I'm 24 now, but I'm saying, you know, you never know. But I'm saying that's not my main goal. Is that'd be nice, because I know finance can help solve a lot of my problems right now. But it's okay. Like, I'm working, you know what I mean? It's like, put your head down. Like, don't worry about it. Like, there's this one video that kept going around with this audio, and I loved it because it was like, you know, you're sad, you're depressed, like, you're working though, like, you're working, right? Like, it's all like gonna be, you know, you're starving your distractions and feeding your focus, right? Like, that's the mentality. That's the mentality you have to tell yourself, amen. Like, lock in. Like, this is the time. You know, I'm 24, right? If I could be financially free by the time I could be 40. As long as I'm, you know, I feel like I'm healthy, you know, I'm liking life, I'm still loving my family, like the little things, like, man, it's just so worth, like, all that work went towards something. I used to always put timestamps on things and think that it was like, man, like, should I like continue to do this if I can't do this within the next year? And it's like, yeah, like, do your thing. Like, don't put that stupid timestamp on it thinking that, oh, just because you didn't hit this then, it's over. Like, you have time in life. Your 20s are where you really build that foundation of like what your 30s, 40s, and all that could look like. And that's, I firmly believe that. And that's what I'm trying to explain to, you know, whether it's my friends or like other people, and just really get them to understand like that perception, because perception is reality, right? If you have the perception that that could be your reality, that will truly become your reality as long as you're working towards it. And again, I'm very faithful, right? I'm trusting God to guide me through the path, because I know he gave me like this vision for myself that I see now that I'm trying to like work towards. You know, right now, again, I'm starting to try to be a personal trainer at my local gym, online fitness coach, social influencer, like trying to do all these things, like trying to make kind of like spread it apart, you know, have like not all my eggs in one basket kind of thing, because I don't always believe in that exactly, unless it's like the 100% like the path like you have to take, like you can only be this kind of thing to get from point A to point B. Kind of like if you're a nurse, right? You want to be a nurse, you got to go to school, got to go do this, you know, finish school, and then you can become a nurse. If you really want to become a nurse and help people, like, do your thing. Like, that's why when people say like, oh, school is this, school is that, and it's like, look, I'm not the biggest fan of school either, and I don't think you need it for a lot of the business side of the world. But if you're a nurse, like, you have to go to school, unfortunately, right? Like, that's just what you have to do, and you know, it's just part of life. But anyway, just going to center around about the main topic, a good question I've asked myself is, you know, if I saw myself from a growth perspective, like we'll say a growth mindset, fitness, even just my relationships with my friends, like I'm still happy and grateful that I have a lot of my friends right now that have accepted my journey and understand that I'm trying to do something different that they weren't totally used to. And, you know, a lot of them have accepted it and like, hey, like, Max, like, that's awesome. Like, keep doing you. Like, you know, you're a driven person. Like, you always figure out a way to become, you know, successful in whatever you try to do. And, you know, it means a lot to me, like the support system and everything. And I'm truly grateful for that. But anyway, if I look at those perspectives, like my fitness, my relationships, maybe not so much finances right now, but like, that's okay. Like I said, it is what it is. Like, you just figure it out, right? It's not always supposed to be great. You know, I wouldn't have told you I'd be in the position I am right now at 24. Like, I really am grateful. Like, I've built even more relationships. I've connected with a lot of high value individuals, and it's just a matter of time and faith and hard work until, you know, the vision just keeps becoming more clear. And I'm just, you know, just being patient, keep every single day going to the gym, working hard, you know, editing videos, editing photos, creating high value content for people, because that's where I try to make myself authentic for you guys. Like, even right now, like, I'm just in my room, like, again, just talking to my tripod with the camera and just trying to give you guys value as a part of this. And that's why I started this podcast, is to give you guys this value. And I'm going to reiterate that a lot, because it is just something that I wanted to truly do and get out of my comfort zone, to be able to talk for long periods of time and give you guys a bunch of value. Because if I can't give you guys value, why are you going to watch me, right? What's the point? That's kind of how I look at it, because it really just comes down to value for people. And it's the same thing with the business model. For my online coaching business, right? I'm trying to make sure that in order to become, you know, reach my full potential and understand my success as a man, even something like that I'm doing right now, trying to change people's lives. And I'm working with a few people right now, and they're doing great. Like, they're killing it right now, and I'm super excited for them. I'm creating an impact, and I'm doing more in that sole purpose than a lot of people. Like, guys, that's how you have to look at it. You know, these little things that you're doing are truly going to lead to something incredible for you. And oh my I'm just gonna hold it. Anyway, here, you guys can meet the cat. Honestly, that's fine. Kiki, come say hi. You say hi? It's my sister's cat, Kiki. This is the one causing all the havoc for our video. Thank you, guest star. Excuse me, but anyway, and I told you guys before, for those who are watching that either don't follow me on Instagram and are still watching this right now, and I greatly appreciate that for you if you are. I do Sunday reflections that are about a minute and a half every single Sunday on my Instagram, and that's kind of like what eventually kickstarted me doing a podcast like almost a year later, because from February 19th is when I started my fitness account last year. So fast forward, like whatever, I can't remember what day it was, but it was like that first Sunday right after I started it, all the way till even still today. Like I said, I still do a Sunday reflection every single week, and I've done one every single time. And looking back, that's a lot of Sunday reflections. But again, you guys love them who are watching. I'm saying you guys love them as if like you are the ones that are watching. But if you guys don't know me with that, people love them. Like they really find value in them, and that's my own like niche specific, like different, authentic way of doing something. And it's cool, man. Like I really did like it because it kind of just came out of nowhere, and so did the podcast at the end of the day. And I can't wait to give you guys a more professional format as I continue on with my journey and being able to give you guys something very, very visually appealing. And again, it's super exciting. But excuse me, losing my breath. But yeah, guys, I mean, honestly, there's some very key points to take away from today. Number one, just to give a little bit of a recap, don't look at social media and look at these, crazy posts that everybody's sending to each other, like to their brother, like, hey brother, let's do this. Like, can't wait to become this millionaire with you, flying to Dubai and doing all this. And like, you have like a few bad days or a few bad months and life is terrible. And you're just like, man, I'm never going to become that. And it's like, yeah, you're not going to become that because of that attitude. But if you really want to, like, let's say something similar to that, or even if you don't get that, again, it's just a perception. Like, even picture them like taking the video of it, right? Like it's like people can make edits and stuff look cool because we're trying to visually appeal it to you guys. But for me, why I try to treat that a little bit differently is I do try to make a video very visually appealing, of course, and like make it look cool, but I don't post a video I don't believe in, though. So if I don't believe in a phrase, or I think like it's just not a strong enough message, I'm not going to post it. I'm serious, I don't. I did in the very beginning. Not that I didn't believe in them, but I felt like I've developed a much deeper understanding of what it truly takes to think deeper. And it's amazing. Like it really is. Like I can't believe that, once you start figuring out a few things, like how life is actually perceived and how different life can actually look. And it's honestly crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've actually shocked myself in the last year, especially from a growth perspective, and looking back where I was mentally a year ago, and looking at everything now, and it's like, man, that's wild. Like life really is like beautiful, man, but like it's also beautiful because of suffering and happiness. So it's like, man, this is awesome. Anyway, going back to the recap. Sorry, I always get sidetracked because I just talk, honestly. I mean, you guys see me, I don't really have a script or nothing. Like there's nothing there. I might have like a notebook or something here and there just to make sure I'm touching on certain topics that I really want to give you guys value towards. But right now I'm just talking, kind of just like free flowing and feeling it out. So we talked about the recap of not comparing yourself to that 1% upper echelon of social media. And my other part of the recap is, again, it always comes right down to fitness, right? Like it's getting a fit body, which then help create a fit mind, as I mentioned with the online coaching. Like you coach somebody to have a fit body, but the second you're not coaching them or whatever, or the second they go through some really tough times in life, like their body's going to suffer because they didn't have a strong enough mind or a strong enough like foundation to then be able to overcome that challenge again. Because people could easily lose weight, but sometimes keeping it off has always been the problem, as like their default actions haven't always been like the best, right? So you got to train those like default actions or those those bad habits or traits that you, when things get hard, that you go back to. And that's the tough part, right? And that's what makes it so difficult. And like, weight loss itself is very not so complicated, but understand like a healthier lifestyle can be complicated because there is a lot of misinformation out there. So get a fit body, get a coach. If you need a coach, hit me up. Do that. You can do that as well. My Instagram, Hess Aesthetics. DM me. I'll send you my phone number. We can all go from there and this and that. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate your time today. I like this topic a lot. It's very like, how do I say this? It's very important for young men to understand, or even some older men, because it's just one of those things that if you continue to just compare yourself and like think about those stuff, the perception of that social media that reality gives you, it'll destroy you. Like, I had a problem with that for a little bit, and then I dumbed it down and understood and listened to other people speak about it, and it really gave me a clearer vision of it. And it's nice, man. I'm really happy that I did, because I'm so hard on myself some days. Like, it really can be difficult, but I just hold myself to a very high standard. And that's what you guys should be doing too, is holding yourself to a high standard, have high aspirations for the life you're trying to live. You know, if you work a 9 to 5 right now and you're just doing your thing and you're living life, like, cool, that's great for you. As long as you're happy, just as long as you're challenging yourself in some form and trying to push towards some type of goal, you're a high value man. Like, you're successful, in my opinion. You don't have to go start your own business, go do your own thing all the time. That's just something I want to do, because I don't want to work for people anymore. I want to be my own boss, and I want to hire eventually people and then show them what a really good boss could look like, and give them a good living and a good life and change people's lives, and just go from there, because that's what I'm super excited about, is providing that life for people and being able to say, like, look, there's good people out there. There are very good people out there. They do come a dime a dozen, low key, to be honest, but that's okay, because in society nowadays, it's been very difficult to try to be yourself, because everybody's trying to compete with others when you really should only be competing with yourself. It's you versus you. The better version of yourself is on the other side, and when you go look at the man in the mirror, that's your competition. That's the guy you're looking at and saying, like, I'm going to destroy that guy. That could be like your little, like, aggressive competition. You obviously can't physically destroy the physically reflection of yourself in the mirror unless you break the mirror. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? That's the guy that you're looking at and saying, I'm going to challenge you every single day to become better. And is it difficult? Of course it is. Is anything difficult worth it? Yes. And that's the point, guys. So anyway, thank you guys for episode 2 and tuning into the podcast. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I'm curious to see how the NFL games go today. I'm not confident in either one. I want Baltimore to win because I like Lamar Jackson, but I also hate betting against Patty Mahomes. And then 49ers and Lions, got a few of my boys. Shout out Javarian, shout out Jay Neely, shout out some of the Detroit fellas. Go Lions. I want Lions to win because of them. So much love to you guys, man. Have a good one. Peace.